Hi, my name is Tony Hill with Tulsa Community College, and joining me today is Ms. Brenda Montgomery and State Trooper Antonio Porter, both of whom have lost loved ones due to an alcohol-induced collision. Thank you both for joining me today.
Thank you for having us.
Ms. Montgomery, could you start us off by kind of explaining to us a little bit about your son Aaron and the circumstances of his death?
My son Aaron Gilming, he was 28 years old. He joined his friend John for a day of rafting on the Knoll, Missouri River, which was meant to be their last day, their last rafting trip actually for the summer. The drunk driver, he held over a 21-year history of drunk driving convictions. My son and John were both killed on impact. They arrived home a couple of days later in a body bag. My son was unrecognizable. We learned of his death several hours later. My daughter, she received a phone call in the middle of the night from one of her friends, an acquaintance between her and her older brother, and she thought it was a nightmare. She splashed water on her face, and she knew she had to do what she had to do. She had to come and deliver the news to her and Aaron's mother that her brother had been killed. She didn't know the circumstances at the time. It was around 2:30 in the morning, and my daughter arrived with her college friend and her husband, and that's when she uttered the most horrific words that no little sister should ever have to be delivering to their mother, which was, "Mom, Aaron's been in an accident. He didn't make it, Mom. Aaron's dead. I wanted to die."
I am so sorry to hear about that, and please accept our condolences for that. Likewise, Trooper Porter, I understand that you've also lost a loved one as a result of alcohol
That
in
is
driving.
correct, yes.
Could you please tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. I can still remember it as though it happened yesterday. I was working on duty, 2 to 10 shift in Tulsa County on December the 25th, 1996. I had almost 2 hours left on my shift. We had no accidents. It was very calm, and I was really looking forward to going home and spending Christmas with my wife and kids when I received a call from my brother Victor, who was a police officer for McAlester PD at the time. He called me and told me that my brother was involved in a real serious accident and that I needed to have him come on home, which was in McAlester, where my brother was headed for to visit our mother. And all I could think about was the seriousness of the nature of my brother, how serious he was hurt. And it wasn't until when I arrived to the hospital, my wife and I, and found out that my brother was dead, and that also that he had made the choice to drink and drive on that day to go see our mother on Christmas.
Well, again, I'm very sorry to hear about that. And I know that has deeply impacted you and your family. Can you share a little bit about how that has impacted your decision to reach out to others, violators perhaps, of the drinking and driving?
Sure. First, I let them know that it's a job that I have to do, and I take it serious because we're talking about an individual life or lives that are out there who are out there on the highway. And my job is to make sure that I keep a safe environment for those who are out there operating their vehicles, and that seeing my brother lose his life has wanted me to reach out to others as far as speaking at schools and doing presentations, DUI presentations there, civic groups, churches. I do a lot of safety related programs there. And also what I've started doing is I started reaching out to first offender kids out in Creek County who have maybe similar problems or drug or alcohol related problems there, where I have started taking them out to Taft Prison, where they have an opportunity to visit the men and women's prison, and they get to see what happens when you make bad choices and what the results can be. And then we have individuals who will actually speak and share their lives with them and tell them, look, you don't want to do this. You don't want to make that decision because you can end up in here. In other words, you know, we were all given a name, but once you make it there, you now become a number.
Wow, very impactful, very insightful. I understand that you're also a father of teenagers.
That is correct.
How does that situation with your brother impact your decision to maybe share with your children the dangers of that?
Well, we talk to them all the time, and as far as I'm also in the ministry, been in the ministry over 20 years plus, and right now I'm working on my seminary degree at Asbury Theological Seminary School, so I kind of work both hands, you know, with law enforcement and in the ministry. So we talk to them every day, and we try to make sure we have an open communication with them, that they can come to us at any time and share whatever information that they may have, and not be afraid to talk to us, because sometimes if we shut the door to them, someone else is going to open that door, and it may not be the right information that they receive.
Great. That sounds like a great example for other parents that are dealing with teenagers and preteens.
Yes.
Ms. Montgomery, I also understand that out of the tragicness of your son's death, that you've also created some legislation and are reaching out in a different way. Could you tell us a little bit about that Aaron Gilming Act?
Yes, actually, it was my son's first death anniversary, August the 31st. And I had met with State Representative Randy Brogdon, voiced my concerns about the epidemic of drunk driving. He put me in touch, actually, with Representative David Derby. David, he returned my call, actually, on Aaron's first anniversary death. And that was the beginning of the Aaron Gilming Act, which passed the House of Senate, or the House of Representatives, actually, March the 11th with a 91 against 4 vote. It is now ready to be going before the House Senate. If it passes there, they feel the same way as the House of Representatives voted, then it will be in full effect early summer. The Aaron Gilming